What's your self-talk? Jabari here again with you every week, asking you that one question: what's your self-talk? And today, I want to touch bases on what do you do when you lose your motivation? Because let's face it, for some people today, they say motivation sucks. Zig Ziglar would say that motivation is needed, but you need it daily, just like you need a bath. And I have to be honest, I had to get a dose of that reality today. So I want to help you out and say, hey, this is how you learn to filter through, those difficult times when motivation is low and you just don't have that much confidence and you don't know what to do or what to take action on. And I learned this from a coaching call today. And what I did, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna talk about that on the show tonight. So this is advice that I'm going to make sure I act on, and I'm going to find the necessary information that's going to help me continue to excel. So my self-talk is I need to learn some new information. So let's get into it. So what happens when you lose motivation? Well, here's the thing. You are probably processing off of something old. Now, I want to say old is like you have done something and allow you to get to a certain amount of success, and now that information is old. Now that information will not allow you to get to where you want to go. So what do you need to do? Well, first, you need to learn something new. So that's why knowledge is so powerful. But I want to maybe go ahead and break down a myth. Knowledge by itself will do nothing. Yes, when you learn something new, you need to go seek out knowledge, or you are seeking out knowledge because you have learned something new. But the reason you go to that knowledge is because you're uncertain of what you're doing, or you just have uncertainty in just what you're doing, what you're saying, or even if you have a business, it's like, where am I going? Like, why am I doing this? And you start losing all that, and you may know your why, but you just don't know the how. And so that's why knowledge is important, because you need the right set of information to learn how to move forward. Because when you learn something new and it is the right information, guess what happens? You start to get confidence. See, now you start to build confidence. You're like, you know what? This is why I'm doing this. I remember, because you seeked out the correct knowledge. That's why I'm real big on pushing What's Your Self-Talk Mentors, is because when you have the correct knowledge, that's when you have confidence in yourself, because the knowledge that you need allows you to see what are the things that you need to do in order to keep pushing, in order to keep going forward. So your self-talk is, I know my why. Now I just need to know how. I just need encouragement through this tough season, right? So knowledge gives you confidence. And then you learn something new, you get that knowledge, and now you're like, that's right, that's what I should be doing. I need to do this. And then you gain that confidence. And then what happens after that? Then you get motivation. So I want you to stop right here for a minute. And I want you to go back up that list. What happens if you have old knowledge? It may give you a little bit of confidence, but sometimes that motivation is not there. And you wonder why. It's because you need to allow yourself to learn something new. See, you're basing it off of old information. If it's not great, true wisdom, maybe that old information allowed you to get to one point, but now you need to throw it away and say, okay, I now need new information. Or maybe you just need to hear the exact same thing and you need to hear it again. That's why they say repetition is the mother of learning. Because if you hear something again and again and again, and then you start hearing things differently than you heard it the first time, then the second time, then the third time, then the fourth time. Zig Ziglar will say this, that you need to listen to something 16 times in order for it to become your own self-talk. So that means you don't listen to them once, not twice, not three times, 16 times. I did that one before with one of his recordings. It blew my mind because it became my self-talk. I understood what was the information that I needed to do. And what happens when you do those things in the correct order, then you go into action. When you learn something new, you get the correct knowledge, not just any knowledge, but you get the correct knowledge. And then you get confidence in what you're doing, why you're doing it. Because you remember why you're doing it, you just didn't know you didn't have the right knowledge. And so you were basing it off of old information that allowed you to get to the point where you're at. So now you have that knowledge. Now you have that confidence. Now you have that motivation. Then you have to take action. And guess what? Every single one of these steps you have to do every single day. That's right. Wake up in the morning and I need to remind myself my why. Why am I doing this? What am I aiming for? And what is the long term goal? Not the short term. What is the long term goal? And then you get that knowledge. Review maybe the same information, or you may have be reading a book on that topic. Go back to that book. Spend time in that book. Maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's an hour, whatever that is for you. And then you get motivation. You're like, yeah, that's right. Like this happened to me today. I was sitting down. I don't have the book up here. It was Grant Cardone on 10X. And I was reading that book and I was just like, that's right. That's what I used to always do. And that's another point. Sometimes what you have done in the past, it has worked. Just you're not using it in the right context. And that was it for me. I needed to understand the information that I need to use and use it in the right context. And I got that knowledge because I learned something new in the season, in the time I was in, and then allowed me to get confidence. Then I got motivation that allowed me to put it into action. So I need you to ask yourself if you think motivation sucks. It does, because if you only do it one time, you gotta stay disciplined. You gotta stay persistent. I'll leave you with this: it's two type of pains in this world: the pain of discipline and the pain of suffering. Which one do you want? All right. Hey, thank you for watching this. I want you to like this page. I want you to share this with one person that you think that needs to hear this if they believe in, motivation is crap. And of course, I'm a speaker. So if you want me to be able to come and speak to your organization, your school, be able to reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to see what we can work out. So thank you for watching. As always, remember that question I asked you. What's your self-talk?